guest anchors Anderson Cooper 360 weeknights on CNN. We like to invite him here to get his insights on news and popular culture. Please welcome Anderson Cooper. Good to see you again. I enjoy your program very much.
Thanks very much.
Let me ask you something. This latest on this swine flu thing. Is this?
You don't buy it?
Well, I feel like it's Y2K, and I went through the first swine flu. I mean, is it because of the internet? Everything is like just...
Well, you know, I think a lot of it is just the fact that it's new, and it's a new strain. They're not really sure how to respond to it. And you know, there were deaths in Mexico. Thankfully, in the United States and elsewhere, there haven't been that kind of deaths. And then you had the WHO come out and say that humanity itself was threatened, which I thought was sort of...
Now, that's the World Health Organization?
Yeah,
they said humanity... Sure that wasn't Joe Biden that said that? Was it the word?
It's funny, the day Joe Biden said that, I was on a subway in New York, and this guy was coughing, and I got to tell you, someone almost strung him up. I mean, people on the subway were not pleased with this guy.
No, it gets a little crazy.
Yeah.
Now, so, how does that work? Do you just cringe like when Joe Biden says something like that? As a newsman, is this just fabulous?
I think it's like a late-night host, you know.
Well, for me, fantastic. As I say, God may have taken away Bush, but by golly, he gave us Joe Biden. Let's talk about President Obama's first 100 days. He's done 3 primetime news conferences.
Right.
How's he doing so far? Like, as a newsman, from your point of view?
You know, he's certainly incredibly accessible. He's out there every day. It feels like you see him more than any president in recent times. I mean, there's some who say, you know, his administration needs to get more people who can appear in front of the cameras and really try to sell their policies. Because right now, he's certainly the best communicator they have, but and maybe one of the best communicators in recent, memory. But the critics say that they need more people. It can't just be him all the time putting himself out there, because he's out in front of the cameras more, I think, than any previous president.
Is that good or bad? I mean, does one reach a point of overexposure where people go, they're not listening anymore, or should a president only on specific times come out? People
certainly are clearly incredibly, passionate about President Obama and those who support him, and even those who don't. I mean, the people are watching them and watching the First Family. So, I mean, he's certainly a good salesperson for his policies, and even people who don't necessarily agree with him, seem to like him or respect him.
As a newsman watching, I saw the New York Times reporter ask that 4-part question.
Right, yeah. Like, it was like, what has humbled you? What has surprised you? What's enchanted you?
What enchanted you? Now, that's the part that I didn't... What is an enchanting answer?
I'm not sure.
Is it ding? Is it fairy dust?
I'm not sure. The president, I thought, was funny with it. You know, he wrote... He was like, wait a minute, let me write down each of these. And he was like, oh, enchanted, that's going... Yeah, enchanted, that's like something my mom would ask.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But I've never even heard a reporter, let alone a New York Times reporter, ask, what is enchanted you?
I actually thought it was an interesting question. It was a different question. You get a lot of the same questions over and over again. And so clearly, the president took the time to try to answer each one, and he sort of skated from the enchanted one a little bit. But
okay, the next 100 days. At what point are we at this point already, where the economy has gone from being Bush's problem and fault to President Obama's administration? At what point does it exactly move officially to that? Like, I think from January tonight, I can say, okay, we were left with this problem.
Right.
At what point does it change and become the new guy's
I think it depends on who you ask. If you ask, strong supporters of President Obama, they'll blame the Bush administration for a long time to come. If you talk to conservatives, they'll blame the Obama administration. Certainly there have been a lot of articles lately saying that the time is just about now, that Americans are increasingly saying, all right, this is the president's economy now, and his to deal with. It's not really for me to say, but it's certainly, the number of things on his plate is just extraordinary. And I don't think any president certainly in my lifetime, has had this sheer number of issues on his plate at once. And it's a scary time.
Now, the Republicans are going on what they call a listening tour, which is a lot of old guys going, but I'm not sure, what did he say? He said it again. But I mean, so... And now Jeb Bush also...
Jeb Bush is out there, and Mitt Romney, John McCain out there.
Now, Jeb Bush, you talk about pushing a rock uphill. That would be, that would be a tough one.
Yeah, you think?
Do you think in our lifetime you would see a third Bush running for president?
I think that would be who knows in politics? I mean,
do you think that's what he's positioning, or is he just listening?
No one just listens.
No one listens.
No one just listens, do they?
Listen, no.
Yeah, and no one ever says they're running for president. You ever notice that? Like, until they're suddenly all of a sudden...
But legally you can you? Because if you say you're running for president, from that day, everything is officially money and this and that. So almost you can't really say I'm running for president.
Well, I think no one likes to set up the expectation until they feel like, you know, they have all their ducks in a row and the money behind them and stuff like that.
All right, look, we'll take a break. More with Anderson right after you.